Hey everyone, today we are going to discuss about one of the important topic in C#.NET, and that is exception handling. So in this lecture we are going to discuss about what is meant by exception handling, what is meant by exception, and then we see the example program of exception handling. So before starting the program, let's see what is meant by exception and what is meant by exception handling. So exception stands for programming errors which appears at runtime. Means the errors which occur at runtime, this type of errors are called as exceptions. An exception is a problem that arises during the execution of program. Exceptions provide a way to transfer control from one part of a program to another. C# exception handling is built upon four keywords: try, catch, finally, and throw. So exception handling is built upon these four keywords. So first let's understand what is meant by try. A try block identifies a block of code for which a particular exception is activated. It is followed by one or more catch blocks. So basically the errors, runtime errors occurs at try block. When error occur at the try block, then it throw to the particular catch block. So what is meant by catch? A program catches an exception with an exception handler at the place in a program where you want to handle the problem. The catch keyword indicates the catching of an exception. Okay, so errors generally occur at the try block, and when errors occur, the runtime errors, then that error is thrown to the catch block, and then particular catch block which matches with the error handles the exception. Okay, the next one is a finally block. Finally block is used to execute a given set of statements whether an exception is thrown or not thrown. For example, if you open a file, it must be closed whether an exception is raised or not. In short, finally block executes in every situation if exception occurs or not. Then the last keyword, that is a fourth one, is a throw block. A program throws an exception when a problem shows up. This is done using a throw keyword. So these are the four important keywords in exception handling. Exception handling is built upon these four keywords. Let's remember once again. These four keywords are try, throw, catch, and finally. Errors occur inside try block. These errors are thrown by throw keyword to catch block. Then the particular type of error is catch by particular catch block, and at the end the finally block is executed. So this is the basics of exception handling. Now let's see the syntax of exception handling. So first there is a try block. Inside try block, these are the statements causing exception. After try block, there is a number of catch blocks with different type of exceptions. And after catch block, the last block is a finally blocks where the statements are executed. So these are the four important keywords in exception handling. Now let's see the program of exception handling. Okay, so here I open Visual Studio with console application and name the application as exception handling example. Now first I am going to create a class. So write down class keyword, then class name. For example, class name as division, and then inside this class the properties and methods of class division. Now we have to write down the exception handling construct here. So as you know the syntax of exception handling, there is a first try block, then throw, then catch, and then finally. So exception handling is built upon these four keywords. Okay, so here I am going to write the program of division of two numbers. So first I am going to store the division into a variable, for example result, and then I am going to write the constructor, that is a division. Constructor means when the function name is same as class name, then that function is called as a constructor. So here I declare a constructor, that is a division. Constructor do not have any return type. Okay, now inside this constructor write down the value of result is equal to 0. After that write down one function, that is a public void div, and then two parameters, that is a integer a and integer b. So we have to divide both the numbers. The numerator is a and denominator is b. and then write down. The first is a try block, as you know the syntax, and inside try block there is a error causing statements. Result equal to a divided by b. So here a is a numerator and b is a denominator. Inside try block there is a error causing statements. After try block there is a catch block which catch the exception. So here for example divide by 0 exception occurs, and inside this write down the statement console.writeLine in bracket exception caught, and then exception name in detail, then end of catch block. And after catch block there is a finally block which always executes whether the condition is true or false, means whether the error occur or not. So in the finally block write down the value of print the value of result. So write down console.writeLine result is, and the value of result is stored in the variable result. So division is stored in the variable result. So write down result. Okay, so here end of finally block and then end of function div and then end of class division. Now inside the main function let's create the object of class. So our class name is division, and then create the object. For example, name that object as d equal to new class name, that is a division. After that we have to call the functions. So in this program I declare one constructor and one function, that is a div. Constructor need not to be called because constructor automatically called when object is created. We have to just call the function, that is a div function. So write down d dot div, and inside div function there are two parameters. The first one is numerator and second one is a denominator. So assign the value of numerator, for example value of a as 25, and denominator as a 5, the value of b. And at the end write down console.readLine. Okay, so this is a program. Now save the program. Okay, now let's run the program. Okay, so there were build errors. Division constructor is inaccessible due to its protection level. So here division is inaccessible, that is a constructor. So here write down access specifier as public. Now let's run the program. Okay, so here the result is 5 because the numerator is 25 and denominator is 5. So the division is 5. Now let's change the values. Suppose I assign the value of denominator as 0. So when I assign the value as 0, then an exception will occur. Let's see, exception caught system dot divide by 0 exception attempt to divide by 0, and the result is 0. Okay, so here an exception is occurred. When we create an object of class division, then the constructor is called automatically and the value of result is equal to 0. Means we store the value 0 inside a variable result. Now after that we call the function div, and the value of a is 25 and value of b is 0. So inside try block result equal to 25 divided by 0. So here when we divide any number by 0, then it cause an exception. So the exception is thrown to the catch block, that is a divide by 0 exception, and it print the exception name, and then finally it print the value of result. I hope you understand today's lecture very well. If you have any doubt or any query regarding this topic, then let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.